Alright guys, welcome back to more of the Murkmire playthrough. So, hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. And overall, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I mean, it's day one, the servers are laggy. We're playing on like 20 FPS, but the story is not bad. So this is what a console experience feels like. I feel bad. Speaking of console, I know you guys get it 2 weeks later, but is the game really locked at 30? Like, I played it on PS4,
You are well traveled, yes?
but I don't know if they made any changes. I think the last time I played it was 3 years ago on console, and I've just been stuck on PC ever since, just because, I don't know, you just start with that one. It would be hard to just, like, move from PC to console. I guess the same way around too, like if you started on console, you'd be like abandoning all your friends and something just to move to a new platform. So I guess I see it.
Well, you certainly have a spring in your step. Your work with the Bright Throats went well, I take it. Splendid. Following another lead on the Remnant, or potential lead. Someone she worked with before she started funding Cyrodiilic collections. I don't know much more. She asked me to tell you to join them when I saw you, so I suppose you should do that. West of here, near that spooky prison. Honestly, I missed most of it. Too preoccupied by her bodyguard. Something about how he looks at me. Gives me the shivers, you know? But we have better things to discuss. What did you learn with Zukis? Ritual Argonian poetry. The words are common, but the meter is all wrong. There's more to it. Missing verses, perhaps? Well, truthfully, Cassandra is the authority on that sort of thing. You should set out. I'll try to dig up a few relevant texts. Smoke and sunless sap. Strange that the Bright Throats Hist would speak in such dour terms. Maybe it describes some dark age. The Alessian incursion of the First Era? Or perhaps a dark age yet to come. Egads, let's hope it's not that. Ugh, I wish I knew. He's just the worst, right? She hired him maybe 6 months ago? I don't think Cassandra's ever received a credible threat to her life, but he's always there, leering at us. Maybe she'll... Cassandra summoned me. Honestly, it's nice to get out of the office from time to time. Thought I might take in a Tiba Enu match while I'm here. I guess it'll have to wait. I need to get back to Lilmoth to research this poem of yours. Oh, they're mostly fine, if a little shaken up. A few of them have sworn off exploring for good. Hard to blame them, I guess. Luckily, Zadaza chose to stay on. She would never let her career end with an abduction. Far too proud for that.
Find Cassandra. I kind of wonder how long this expansion is. Like, obviously it's not a big one like Orsinium or Morrowind, Somerset, but kind of wonder if it's more than like a 3-hour storyline. Because now that I think of it, like $20 for a 3 to 4 hour story is a bit much. We should probably go do a world boss too while we're at it. How do I get up there? I figured now doing a world boss day one is probably the best time to get it out of the way.
With your toes, Stibbins. Your toes.
Oh my goodness, she's back. We gotta start this quest. We're not gonna do it now, but we'll start it.
I remember you. As I recall, you were somewhat helpful the last time my manservant got into a spot of trouble. I won't turn away good fortune. You know how useless Stibbins can be when it comes to recovering historic artifacts. An antique Argonian renewal charm. Without one, they'll never let me observe the ritual of renewal, and that's the whole reason I came to this backwater in the first place. Ugh, now if only Stibbins would stop playing in the mud and find the damn thing. I'll have you know, I paid a lot for that information. But Stibbins is exceedingly slow and requires constant supervision. Why, I can't even spare a moment to look for the hand mirror he lost. Would you mind ever so much finding it for me, please? That hand mirror is a family heirloom. I can't bear the thought of never seeing it again. Ugh, in the meantime, I need to keep prodding my manservant. If I give Stibbins even a moment's reprieve, he'll find a way to laze about. He's ever so good at that. He'd have me believe he's doing his job, but I suspect he's using the opportunity to daydream and dawdle. Stibbins probably determined that the charm wasn't down there fairly quickly. Then he decided to relax with a soak in the mud. I believe it has something to do with Argonian mating habits, but I'm not quite sure. Hence my desire to observe the annual ritual. I have a keen interest in the romantic tendencies of different cultures. Purely on an academic level, you understand. Oh, I've been researching the mating habits of the indigenous races. Fascinating stuff. I plan to write a book. A reference to an Argonian ritual of renewal I came across intrigued me, but the details were vague. So we traveled here to investigate. Why, whatever do you mean? I'm quite sure that if anything untoward happened to my manservant, I'd be the first to know. Besides, Stibbins may seem frail and sluggish, but I have no idea where I was going with that line of reasoning.
Basically we'll do those quests later. It's, actually, if it's right there, might as well do it, but I'm not gonna go across the map to find something. What is that? A bear lizard. So basically, a Wamasu.
Much thanks. That wasn't as pleasant
A
as
less
you might
famous
expect.
treasure hunter might think the Argonians wanted to foil her efforts to locate a renewal charm. But Lady Laurent is not so easily deterred. We are going to find one of those charms, even if Stibbins has to search the entire swamp. It's used in the mysterious ritual of renewal that one particular tribe of Argonians conducts on an annual basis. Carved from the living root of their Hist tree, or so I've been led to believe. They won't let an outsider attend the rite without one. That's hard to say. Mostly because no one will give me a definitive answer. As far as I can tell, it's somehow connected to the tribe's breeding practices. The closest I got was when many whispers offered to point me towards a charm, for a price. Gold. An obscene amount, truth be told. Look, Stibbins is reliable, but he has his failings. So many, many failings. Will you accompany him to many whispers in the Swallowed Grove? Help him confront the lying Argonian and get me one of those charms? After you and Stibbins confront many whispers, meet me at the Lodge of Renewal. It's north of the Brightthroat village, out in the middle of nowhere. Come to think of it, everything out here is in the middle of nowhere. But I'm sure you'll find it. He's an Argonian, a scout of some kind. Knows the swamp like a bear knows honey. Many Whispers was willing to talk to me when so many of his fellows wouldn't give me the time of day. I'm not sure Argonians can tell time, but you get my point. I gave him a small fortune in gold. He may have sent us here in good faith, or he may have tried to cheat me. I will not be fleeced. Besides, as far as I can tell, he is the best scout in the area. If there's a charm to be had, he'll know about it.
Alright, well... I'll do this quest when I get to it, but since it's the side one, we'll just hold off on it for now.
Right away, milady.
Good, you're here. You found us. Good. As you can see, we've met with some difficulty. I apologize for the unsightliness. Were your inquiries in Brightthroat Village fruitful? Murder, apparently. The victim was Hitsasi, a former associate. Not so pleasant or learned as Famia, but still useful in his own way. He traveled in less reputable circles. I had hoped he could shed some light on the blackguard's plans. That is what we are trying to determine. Whatever happened, it was neither clean nor brief. What a waste. If the blackguards came after him, Hitsasi must have known something about the Remnant after all. Look around and see what you can find.
I've got the corpse covered.
His throat was cut. Simple bandages weren't enough to staunch the bleeding, it seems. What have you found? Pages torn from Hitsasi's journal.
Lady, they were right there. Why did you need my help with that?
I must admit some surprise. He never struck me as someone committed enough to keep a journal. If he knew about the Remnant, this could prove invaluable. So, the blackguards have learned what we already know. The truth of the Remnant cannot be torn from my eggkin because they do not know it. Only their tribal relics can provide the answers. How did you learn the Brightthroat's riddle? You see, the voice of the Hist needs a conduit, some physical means of communication. The blackguards failed to acquire the Brightthroat's chime, but they clearly mean to steal some relic from the Deadwater tribe. Bold. Or spectacularly stupid. Precisely. You know one of the tribe's calls, don't you? Jaxic Orn, if I recall correctly. Find her, and plead our case. If the Deadwater tribe has some way of learning more about the Remnant, we need to find it before the blackguards do. Safe travels. When you've concluded your business with the Deadwater tribe, meet me back at Cyrodiilic Collection's headquarters in Lilmuth. We're getting close. I can almost feel it. Please, don't mistake my stoic demeanor for a lack of enthusiasm. All of this is tremendously exciting. But, in answer to your inquiry, yes, the primacy of these relics is a thrilling discovery. It supports a theory of mine about the Hist. Well, I wrote a treatise on the subject some years ago, a brisk 400 pages. But I suppose I can give you a summary. Argonians share a special relationship with their Hist. They hear its will, taste its decrees. Yes, well, that's just it. I can't hear the Hist. When I place my hands on the Hist's bark or rest in the shadow of its boughs, I hear nothing. No whispers, no faint smells or soothing tones. Just silence. Deafening silence. Thank you. I admit the silence troubles me, but do you see? My eggkin sometimes need intermediaries too. With these antiquities, the chimes, the Deadwater relic, and eventually the Remnant itself, perhaps I'll finally hear something.
Okay, so these are all different quests. Let's go do that one. We'll do the Black Rose Prison a little bit later. I'll probably make a video of it. I tried not to look up any spoilers, so we're just gonna go in there blind at some point and we'll see what happens. But from what I know, it's like a shorter Dragonstar Arena. Oh snap, we got something. I wonder if you can manual port in there. Or is it something like... Eh. Okay, so someone in my guild was... or just told me that apparently they're going to be taking the servers down shortly for everyone. So I think this is going to be our last video for a few hours. Because literally no one can play, so... Till then, we'll be fine. Uh-oh. Oh, I just wanted the way shrine. I feel like there should be one more way shrine somewhere around this top area. Then again, the house does technically count.
I grind my fangs.
I narrow my eyes. I know what you seek. You and the blackguards both. Sojay and I hack and cleave and stab, yet more Ojels swim over our borders every day. All looking for the remnant of Argon. I must find it first. I will find it first. Consider. We killed many savages together. We will do so again. If the Hist thinks you are worthy of remnant secrets, you will survive. If not, so be it. I hunt blackguards. They skulk around our village, yanking up our grave stakes like salt daisies. I arch my brow ridge. Special. Yes. Our grave stakes do not just pin the dead to their resting place. Each tells a story, some as old as the tribe itself. Some of our greatest Rajkals even had the honor of using a Hist bow to make their stakes. Yes. All the more reason to hack these blackguards dead. Meet me in the swamp east of the village. Our quarry is there. Many unstaked bog blights also, freed from their dead sleep by those thieving savages. Bare your fangs, Ojel. Time for war.
This is taking longer
Okay. Hunting grounds.
Can't you see I'm busy?
This place is actually really cool. Water, my worst enemy. So I wish you could buy like horse gear where you could swim, or like your mount doesn't despawn. Just like Morrowind. Well, the actual Morrowind. I suppose it would have been smart to go the proper way.
Here already. You are swift, Ojel. I will give you that. But enough flattery, I think. From now on, all is war talk. We seek the grave stakes of several Deadwater Carls, and vengeance. I know how we can claim both. The blackguards steal our fallen eggkin's grave stakes without regard for the stake's purpose. Now, the rivers choke on bog blights, dead and not dead things that eat Nagas whole. With cunning, we will see to it that they eat only blackguards. The blackguard savages build pongis. This word means fumers. Racks of oily, spoiled meat that keep the bog blights off their scent. As we recover the grave stakes, destroy the fumers. The dead not dead will find our enemies and do the rest. This time we attack as one. One serpent, 2 heads.
Okay.
A single spear ant means nothing, but a hive means death. A bog blight is nothing to us alone, but when they gather in great numbers, great danger. Great glory also for those who fight them. My egg brother Sojay fell to the bog blights. Do not be. It was a glorious battle. And he fights with me still, you see. For the Deadwater, death is certain. But death brings new life. As shield and bow, or axe and knife. In time, the soul moves on. Everything changes, but nothing ends. I curl my lips. Poetic. Another word for soft, I think. Soft words belong to bright throats like Sukas. Enough egg gazing. We have work to do. We call them Zulvats. They tell the stories of our victories and our defeats. Tales from childhood, names of friends, dreams, nightmares. They also keep the dead down where they belong, in the mud. Often enough to earn a name, Bogblight. Many strange things stalk the deep murk, Ojel. Beasts of vine and stone. Giant Hajmota, ghost people, slimes, plants with maws like crocodiles. Dead not
Dude, she
dead
talks
seem
so
tame in
slow.
comparison. I nod my head. Yes. Until some tail-lifting savage steals the stake. You see, we are back where we started.
Okay.
Good. The
Oh,
bog
snap.
blights will
Why are you
feast on
following
this
me?
camp
That's
soon
weird.
enough. Yes. These blackguards will pay a high price for challenging the Deadwater tribe.
A new crop of dead trees. Perfect.
Now travel north. We will raid their main encampment and finish this.
Or I'll hold back.
Kind of want to do the
Time you need it.
world boss. I'm gonna get like a Jamor Plunder Skull out of it from the event, plus the completion. Okay. Bruh. Mil burn shouldn't be too bad if that guy is a... Is that healing him? Whoa, wait, did they change Crystal Frag's effect or just the picture? Bro, kill the totems. You have 1,000 champion points. It's not your first day playing. Ow, I stood in that. I don't think I've seen this guy do anything but heavy attack. Where's everyone coming from? No! Alright, well, this is probably actually going to be the last thing for a bit. Oh, is there something? Alright, I'll just wrap up this quest and I think we're done for a bit. Until later. Dang, Dremora pieces went down in price so quick.
Over here, Odell.
I appreciate that we share the spoil.
I know I spoke of fighting as one, but these two were too loud and foolish. Sojay and I had to kill them. Before they died, they spoke of the Remnant and the Hist Woodgrave stakes. One shouted at the other about a relic they could not find. The grave stake of a Chronokal, the great Deadwater war chief called Etra of the Many Spears. Few Deadwater warriors rival Etra. He is Wutum. You would say legend, I think. I blink my eyes. Maybe. Reading Azulvat is Gravesinger work. We cannot know until we claim the stake. You will have to fight him for it. All Deadwater Carls know Etra's resting place. Look west and follow the ridgeline. His tomb is there. My tail sinks. Etra is buried in the Tomb of Many Spears, an unclean place. Vahat, or taboo in the dry tongue. Sojay and I cannot fight there, but you can. If you can pry the stake away from Etra, bring it to the Gravesinger's lodge. I will reclaim your body and make a helm of your skull. You have earned that, at least. Why do you slump? Bristle your war spines. Etra was a legend, true. But what you fight is not Etra. It is the pieces not needed, bound together by slime and old-time magic. A beast to crush and cleave. Take your weapon and strike true. A call has no tongue for stories. But I will do my best. The Nahish elders say that Etra had a soul older than the tribe. Even before he hatched, the egg handlers heard him chanting from inside his tiny shell. Blood, death, glory. I shake my head. A hero to us. Not to you, I think. Etra rolled across the marsh like a thunderhead, felling great trees, slaying huge beasts, and eating the hearts of great warriors. Often, Etra would take his opponent's grave stakes as a trophy. He stored them in the great stone vault that eventually became his tomb. The place where you will face him. The Tomb of Many Spears. One dark day, a great slime claimed the vault. When Etra learned of this, he grew furious and attacked. He did not. He died in glory. Many great Deadwater Carls raided the tomb, seeking pieces of Etra. Bones or sinew to make mighty weapons. They all died. Now their corpses
They all died.
and what remains of
Oh.
Etras stalk the tomb forever. Like I said, Vahat. I roll my eyes. If you do not hurry, I will end up telling the story of the slow-legged Ogel who lost the remnant of Argon. Go now. Be swift.
We got 10 minutes. We got this, I think. Worst comes to worst. We get to the boss, and the boss is at 1% and the server shuts down. So what else could go wrong? Ooh, that's cool. Alrighty, Sanctum 2.0. Lego. Oh snap, the boss is up. No! I didn't get the XP buff. Feels bad. Got a plunder skull. So I just read a forum post from Zos. Apparently, well, in the next 10 minutes, we already knew servers are going down, but it's going to be for like 2 hours. So that's a feels bad. This is probably a pretty bad launch day for them. Basically beta testing for PC. Ooh, that's fancy. But yeah, after we turn in this quest, I think we're done for the video.
Then, is it Etra's story on the gravestake? Or the Hist's?
Both, my Carl. What is our story, if not the story of the Hist?
I see them return. I see them return. You destroyed Etra? Good. Let that victory rattle the roots. Gravesinger Kiat tells me what we seek is not in the gravestake symbols, but in the wood itself. I do not know how to read wood, but he says I must. I shake my head. It is a gravestake like the others. I do not even know what to look for. The symbols are worn. But wait. I see it. In the grain. In the whorls and knots. The remnant. It swims in the wood. I can almost touch it. Patience!
Oh my
There
god,
are
it's
words.
glowing.
In a garden in a maw of stone. Yes, that is all. I see nothing more. This is what we hunted for. A garden. I hiss fire. Why could it not be more simple? Chaos. There must be more. What do you know that we do not? What is us? The Bumbler, Famia, Zukas, the dry-scale Cassandra? A nest of weak spines in Ogel treachery. I will not. I am sorry. The Deadwater are a suspicious people. But you deserve my respect. And my trust. I will join you in Lilmuth.
Alright guys, with that said, server's going down in 5 minutes. There's really not enough time to do anything. But I thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it so far. If you are new to the channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll do my best to get this entire expansion done as fast as possible. But until then, see you guys next time. That's new. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching.